But it has been manipulated and used in terribly evil ways. Religion is at the source of a lot of the troubles of the world, but it has been manipulated and used in terribly evil ways. They instill this fear of sex, sexual organs, sexual activities, and all of this is made shameful and kept in the dark and gives people these terrible things to overcome. Content. They're taking up the cause of the sponsors and the cash register. So it's religion giving us this fear of these parts and these functions. Not because the argument's never been made that they're inherently bad. It's because they're going to inhibit sales.
Actively, or is it a subconscious?
I just think it's part of capitalism, is to promote racism, right? In order to make things work. If you feel better because you're white and you can get a job, you use that. I mean, I would.
Absolutely.
Say, I'm sorry, Jack, but shit, they say I'm white. I'm going to use this.
Right. Absolutely.
Get this job. I'm hungry, But, and that separates people. So they keep people separated, and that keeps them from thinking about the real problem. That's as simple as I see it. Probably it's not that simple, but...
No, all right.
You can't get in a position of power, it seems, if you think like that. It seems that the only time you get in a position of power is if you like the people that are in power. To me, that's the way it goes. People that get to become executives become like the people that were already executives.
I don't know, maybe...
They go in with good intentions, but it eats them up. It's like a cesspool, it just gets on you and it starts eating.
The system levels them.
Peace to the... It's a little treacherous out here. But anyway, got the Palo Santo on deck just to clear the energy, man, because it's crazy times we living in, family. Crazy times we living in, and one of the real things is, and I don't got my phone or nothing. Peace. So one of the real things that I want to say, like, if you get in this information, like, you're real fortunate right now, because it's a lot of, I don't even know what to call it. Some people call it censorship. Some people call it shadow banning, you know, things like that. And mainly because, you know, the information is sacred and it's real. The point is to dumb the masses down. You understand? Got the Palo Santo. This is imported from Spain, by the way. If that make a difference to you or not, you understand. Like, but when I say this Palo Santo is the best Palo Santo I ever had, like if people don't buy it, that's perfectly fine. That's another thing about my store. It's stuff that I use anyway, so you feel me? You figure deal with me, so it's stuff that I will actually use at some point if people don't buy it or not. You feel me? So Colombian Exchange, that's the website, and we're gonna be talking about poetry, sacred clowns, warriors, gods, and all of this energy kind of being in the flesh. A lot of it is abstract. A lot of it is hard to read, hard to pick out, but hopefully I will kind of bring it into some sense to y'all. Can y'all hear me okay? Can I get a thumbs up if y'all can hear me? It's kind of weird energy this evening, and maybe I'm the weird one. Well, let me see a thumb up or one and let me know if y'all can hear me. Everything sound copacetic. And I know it's probably like a huge delay, but I wouldn't want to go any further without you guys being able to hear me. All right, cool. Thank you, all set. Thank you. And I appreciate you guys for tapping in with me. About to deliver some keys to y'all. Shout out to my guy, Spaz Gretzky, with the clothing line. Man, I did this thing called daily energy reading for like a couple of years. I'm gonna do it again once I get into like a better location and more time and things of that nature. Just unable to do that right now, but I really like all of the people that was like tapped in during them daily energy readings. Like I see like the growth and the things that they're doing, like, and they always like, you know, you helped me during that time, and you know they're actually helping me. So shout out to King, shout out to Spaz, shout out to all the people that's been, you know, sending your boy a olive branch. You know, it's like a real each one teach one type of situation, and I really appreciate y'all in the flesh, you know. So, you know, you can help a person and end up being helped yourself, you know, and that's the kind of beautiful thing about this platform. And the things that I talk about is literally for, like, if you listen to it, it's here to help you. It's here to get you to a better life. And part of it is not faking the funk. Part of it is being authentic and really following your path. And I know that's scary for a lot of people. I know a lot of people wish that, you know, it was just super, super easy and, you know, you didn't have to really go through nothing, and you wish, you know, you could just take the easy road, and they wish I was talking about spells and rituals and things of that nature, you know, how to seduce a man or how to seduce a woman and all of this type of trickery and things of that nature. But today we will get into things like that, you know. I want to share information and things that work, because that's the vibration that we're going into. You want to be able to answer the question that a person is having when you are a spiritualist. Or else, if you can't answer the question that a person has, then you shouldn't be a spiritualist. So within that, there is a confidence, there is a level up, there is a always staying 10 steps ahead to which I want to, offer that. I want to share that with you guys, because I always say it's never me that's perfect. It's always the soul that's perfect. And that's what I channel to you guys. I try to make a clear distinction between Kyrie and the Hood Mystic, where, the Hood Mystic is a energy, a vibration, a frequency, and Kyrie is, Chauncey's baby daddy. You understand? And those are two those are two separate energies, and I just like to let you guys know that it's very important, the things that are being brought forward. And if you are having any trouble, that's not, and you feel as though there aren't no solutions and there are no resolves, well, you come to the right channel, you come to the right place, because that's what it's all about. Today I just want to take a look at the cosmos, and I want to look at a couple of variations on the theme that I've been addressing, things such as Ishu, Baphomet, centaurs, aliens, reincarnation, transitions, all of these things, and kind of make a little sense of it, because I've been inundated with a lot of the same information until I went through a process called syncretism, where the difference between me and a lot of people is that I don't seek for a separation or a way to be different. I seek for a way to syncretize this, or to be one thing, or make sense of all of this, to whereas I can say this to my children, say this to an old person, say this to a family member, what have you, without sounding woke or conscious. So I deal with a lot of mythology, I deal with a lot of religion, a lot of science, a lot of matter of fact, because at the root of all things, family, I am a born skeptic. I don't believe in anything until I experience it. I hear a lot of things and it goes in one ear and out the other. Therefore, it's very important that we understand the science of repetition, especially if it resonates with us. I've went over plethora and variations on the theme when it comes to astrology, to which I'm still opening and cracking open the seal to reveal more and more downloads. So I want to deal with this on a personal level, and I also want to deal on this on a collective level. And I do the videos right now for like shits and giggles. I really want you guys to check out the website, read the article. I got like hella links within the article, so you can kind of do your own research. So when we're referencing, the constellation of Pegasus, or we're referencing Chiron, you guys will understand what we're referencing, because I feel like in studying Chiron, you're really doing psychology, you're really doing shadow work, you're really doing the dark night of the soul. So the gift that I'm offering, or the value that I'm giving with this particular video, is a simple understanding of shadow work, reversing generational curses. Everything is presented within this video, and the charge for this video is actually free $99, and so that's a hell of a value when you sit and really think about it. You're getting an in-depth psychological profile on the times, and all I ask for you is to hit that like button, possibly share the video on your social media, subscribe to my channel, because the value is in understanding the information. The value is not in critiquing me. You understand? Because the research and the depths to bring this information forward is based purely out of the love that I have for sharing, I guess, because I couldn't say it's for actually people, because I don't do things for other people. I do things because it resonates with me and it speaks to my soul. I'm always convinced or always kind of led to do certain things, and for the most part it's overwhelming. However, when I tune into my soul, I'm always given the particular download, and coming to an understanding, I'm able to decode these downloads. And in decoding these downloads, I'm not the type of person to just sit and be like, oh, look at this wonderful download that I just decoded and I'll just, hang it on my wall and look at it. No, I got this platform, I got my website, and it's time to share this information. So hopefully you got something very nice rolled up. You got a beautiful drink poured up. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe some Hennessy, maybe, a little Remy, maybe a little wine, maybe water, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you got you a nice salad and you want to tap into some cosmological information. And what I say, meditation is we're always meditating, whether we know it or not. So just catch a vibe with me and refer to this throughout the week. Check out the article, hit your boy up on the email hoodmystic@gmail.com. Basically, have a good time, relax, stretch your feet out. If you're not driving, keep your eyes on the road, keep your hands at 10 and 2. You feel what I'm saying? But that's the beauty of it. You can even listen to this while you on the road. You understand? If you on I-75, you know what I'm saying? Put your hands out the window. You feel me? If you on I-95, you know what I'm saying? Toot your horn a couple of times. All right, you're doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Just, have a good time, relax. Understand this information is going to be vital, because the way that I broke it down, the way that I have multiple source information, and the way that these downloads just kind of play themselves out is going to be a treat. So, I just want y'all guys to just fully understand this, and let's move on.
alchemicacademic.com. You are the book. Monthly courses designed to help you read yourself. Book now. alchemicacademic.com. You are the book. Monthly courses designed to help you read yourself. Book now.
Sunday. Just erase everything that I just said. I didn't say Sunday. I meant to say Saturday is going down. Like, I've been talking about it. Now it's actually going down. I promise you, the handbook, the slideshow, the presentation, I'm fully prepared. I'm fully ready. I'm just so excited to connect these dots. And for me, it's just the expression. Going through the whole process, usually 2 hours of information, give or take. This Saturday, 5 p.m., Alchemic Academic, or the link is in the description. Throat Chakra, Chakra Nova course. For me, it's the information, shooting out the information, and then the meditation, and then the question and answers, and then going to the hookah spot and getting me a to-go hookah and bring it home and just talking about it with my wife as we kind of smoke on hookah, and just kind of like, it's such. Do y'all know, like, every single day I'm working on this course in this class? Like, this course in this class has just evolved into my life, and what I'm sharing with you guys this Saturday is my life's work as we go, and we're not even done yet. But I promise you, nobody's putting this much effort into a class and giving you such a value. So don't just sign up. Tell your mama to sign up, because do y'all know something real quick? Before we get into this build? The number one prescribed medicine, family, is thyroxine. Now, thyroxine is supplementing the thyroid. Now, I'm not saying that this course is going to get you off your medication, but trust me, sooner or later, your doctor is going to, suggest, hey, you having all of these problems, maybe you having thyroid issues. Hop on this thyroxine and get you together, all right? Before you get to that point, Learn to speak your truth. And this is what we dealing with, the science of speaking your truth. Guided meditation, question and answer. Trust me, I'm going in, and the slideshows, they get better and better. And before I get onto this bill, I'm gonna say one more thing, because I'm gonna reference her later in the bill, but y'all might, get off the video by then, you feel me? So right now, while I got your attention, shout out to the spirit doula. I do not say it enough, but I'm saying it now. Peace and love from my family to yours. Go subscribe to her channel ASAP. You don't gotta say that you're a goddess. You just show that you're a goddess every time you show up. And me and my family, we really, really do appreciate you. So shout out to the spirit doula from the Mystic family. We do love you. Okay. And speaking of love, I love you guys. I'm making it more of a point to let you guys know that, because I do not take these videos and these moments for granted. So if you on the live right now, you get a special super duper hug, love from me, you know what I'm saying? And if you are on the post live in the video, you still getting hella love, because even that is a chore, because it's not easy to find my content nowadays, and I understand that. That's why I'm putting out the website, really working on the website, because family, once this YouTube thing is over, I'll say something that people don't like, you can find me on www.hoodmystic.com, or always email me at hoodmystic@gmail.com, and hopefully you keep the links that I be putting out, because YouTube ain't gonna be forever, and this is why I'm learning all of these tools. So I'll always have something to share with the family outside of astrology. There are things that I'm actually learning right now that is going to be very necessary as we progress financially. And shout out to Ishu I, you understand, just powerful energies. I talked about this energy before, but Ishu I is the Ishu, the path of Ishu that connects to Olokun. And if you guys haven't seen my Baphomet video, or you've not seen my Olokun video, it's generally those two energies together. So we're really talking about wealth. So these are the vibes, and so we're understanding what true wealth is. And true wealth is a trust. It's a trust of knowledge and wisdom. So shout out to Tierra. I got so many soul family tribe members that assist me on this spiritual journey, and this is where the love comes from. I love y'all so much, because y'all always give me the vibrations necessary to move forward, because I'd be a fool to say I can do this thing by myself. So Tierra had posted something, and that's my birthday twin, just like Dream Wise. Peace and love to the wisest, D-Ray, all the dream children, you feel me? This is what it's about, that love, you feel me? That love being put on the forefront. So anyways, Tierra, that was a side note, but back to the point. Tierra had posted something, and she was referencing wealth, and then she was referencing money, and how money is the menu. Okay, money is the menu, but wealth is the actual dinner. Wealth is the actual food. So when you reference wealth, you're not really referencing the actual menu. You're actually referencing the ability to cook. So, and it's always been a problem with me and money. I never felt as though that was the end all be all to my financial literacy goals and things of that nature, because I've always been able to manifest the menu. Open your minds a little bit, okay? Because we've been working real hard for the menu, and we haven't never been able to figure out how to actually cook. To which, if we can actually deal with the actual financial system, right? And regardless of if we can cook or not, can we grow finances? So at this particular point, I'm in a scientific phase, or experimental phase of financial facts and financial science, that I don't have to rely on anyone. I simply can rely on my personal study and say, okay, this is how you make money. You want to learn how to make money? Let me teach you. And if you don't want to learn how to make money, that's perfectly fine, because we are not out here trying to manifest the menu. We're trying to manifest how to make the meal. So when you reference Ishu I, and that's Ishu with the I at the end, AYE, or you reference Baphomet, you're referencing a particular wisdom. Ishu that sits on the shore connected to Olokun, or the mercurial energy connected to our wealth principle, and this being the double download of wealth. Now, would your ancestors give you the menu? Show you what you can get with the actual modality, or will your ancestors give you the actual cookbook? So the downloads are real. And of course, we are still referencing fixed star astrology by the way of Nishaktras. So this present Nishaktra that the moon will be transiting in will be Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra, and the deity associated with that nakshatra is Shiva Rudra, and that's the Eastern understanding. However, the Western understanding of the particular energy is that of a Baphomet. And see, this puzzled me. I done did a whole video on Baphomet, yet I was still puzzled. And around that same time I did a video on Baphomet, this King Von situation transpired damn near down to the day or the week or around the same time, to which I didn't realize that the two energies was connected till this morning. See, family, I woke up this morning around 4 o'clock because that's what I gotta do. You understand? You know, I gotta wake up before these kids wake up, and I gotta get a huge head start. So I've been up since 4, processing my dreams and journaling these things and putting together this article, and then putting together this video. And what I'm about to say, I know it's going to sound strange, but I need y'all to understand what I'm trying to say. And trust me, shout out to the love. Okay, I got 2 loves of my life. I got a real love of my life, Mama Mystic. That is my ultimate love of my life, my twin flame, my soulmate. You know, I love you before death and after death. But then I got a fantasy love. Same type of vibration. However, I may never see this woman, I may never meet this woman, but trust me, the love is deep, and I need her to verify everything that I'm saying. And I don't need her to personally verify everything that I'm saying. I need y'all to watch our video to verify everything that I'm saying, so y'all can understand the connection. Because once again, I cannot come forth with information and be like, all of this came from me because I'm the most deepest person on the internet. No, I tap in, I download, I pick up information from Dreamwise, Bobby Hemmett, whoever got the information. Y'all see me in the chat, y'all see me in every live chat. Y'all be like, what's up, Hood? I'll be like, what up? What you doing? Listening, the same thing you doing. Throat chakra on fleek. We'll talk about that on Saturday. Oh, I done caught it. You know these vibes be. You know how these vibes be. But anyways, you begin to observe different connections and frequencies, and the love of my life is Alexis K. Tyler. You understand? When I say I love her, like I love her, you feel me? Like love her. And she put out a video about King Von, and she was talking about some energies, and these energies, they were like whatever she was talking about. But then once I began to do the study, I began to connect those dots with what she was saying by the actual constellational influence. And with all of that being said, we got a real live download channel, ladies and gentlemen. It's really going down. And I know y'all might get caught up on the physical aspects of these human beings, but please understand that we all have a past and we all have a future. And a lot of us are ignorant to our spiritual truth, okay? So last week I was referencing Saturn with you guys, and I was speaking about the jail time that I did and the friendships that, you know, I was within throughout my teenage years. Now see, my friendships had to be taken away from me because I was incredibly loyal. I even did 3 years in prison for a crime that wasn't mine. So the time that I did, I never felt like I didn't deserve to go to jail, but the actual crime, it wasn't nothing that I did wrong. I did that out of loyalty, but I would have died out of loyalty because that was the mentality, or that was the spell that the music had on me. It's not a doubt in my mind that the music poisoned my mind and turned me into something that I was not. To which I had to heal my mind through John Coltrane, Alice Coltrane, John Coltrane. I'm gonna say it 2 times. Rashawn, Roland Rashawn Kirk. You know, Yusuf Lateef. I had to listen to the most challenging music known to man. I had to listen to avant-garde jazz daily, nightly. Is, you know, I drive my wife crazy. I drive my family crazy because I have to heal my brain from the hip-hop. Oh yeah, that hip-hop destroy your brain cells. Don't get it twisted, family. I know y'all can feel like it's perfectly fine to listen to that shit, but that shit is deadly. No, that shit is deadly, okay? That shit is poisonous. Okay, that shit have you feeling ways you ain't even really supposed to be feeling, but you really like real life poison. So just like the Skull and Crossbones poison, Acme poison, you taking it, buying it, right, putting it in your refrigerator and drinking whenever you catch a vibe. But I guess it's a lot of things like that, and it's all substantiated by the mind control of the music. And this ain't nothing new. This is rather old, and it ain't even nothing that I'm really seriously about to harp on. But yeah, so anyways, I'm talking to my friend from back in the days today about some old shit. But really it's some hill shit, because you gotta understand, when you a god and you a psychic, that's what you are. But if you under the spell, that's the whole purpose of it, for you not to see it, for you not to see your genius, for you to not to see how brilliant you are, right? Because you want to be a fucking hard ass, hood ass nigga, you feel me? And these energies, right, or entities, these energies are entities, and I ain't mean to do that. If I did something like that, if I blocked you, I ain't mean to do that. I'm doing too much. That's what this whole thing is about. However, death is the great equalizer. Saturn is the clearing of energy, but death in the aspect of these energies aren't quote unquote dead. They're able to continue on their life just without a body. So we're referencing mythological characters, and we're referencing the music industry, and we're talking about it cosmologically. Now, I need y'all to really have ears to hear me when I get into these stories, okay? When I get into these mythologies, because what I'm referencing is channel. What I'm referencing is download. And if you think that, you know, since ain't nobody else said it, it ain't right and exact, then don't worry, because generally when I say things, people just follow suit and things like that. So don't worry, you know, just come back to this video when you be like, well, who said it first? You understand? It ain't a contest. It's more or less about respect at this point, because it ain't like, you know, YouTube or Facebook or these platforms is putting a nigga out there, so at least I can get respect from the people that's hearing their messages from me, but you know, regurgitating to their fan bases. And man, I got so much to say, but before I get into what I'm about to say, I seen something with Omarion and Guru, and they was talking about mounds, and I said, oh Lord, don't nobody know about mounds. And now y'all seen on my Instagram live where I was talking about how the mounds was connected to the Indian temples and things of that nature. Yeah. So, you know, now you'll see it, bro. Within a year, you'll see people going crazy about mounds, and I just want y'all to know who set that seed, who got the ball rolling. Am I the only person that talk about mounds? No, definitely not. But it's more about respect, especially when these companies is shadow banning a nigga. So the least that I would ask for is support from my people, right? Like, let's look after this nigga, because he's the one that's coming with the downloads. He's tapped into something that he's coming with, information that everybody else ain't coming with. He's challenging the status quo. Yeah, we heard Bobby say it. Yeah, we heard Pennick say it. Yeah, we heard Phil Valentine say it. But he's saying things that they ain't saying. So we either going to value that or we going to discredit it. Because you know me, for the past 3 years, I've been trying to get an argument or a debate or something. Just tell me that I'm wrong. You feel me? Like, tell me that I'm wrong. And if you can't tell me that I'm wrong, then give me my respect. Because this is what I do. I can't rely on the system. I can't rely on nothing. I literally gotta rely on the people that I help. Y'all don't understand that because y'all don't live that life. Y'all haven't chosen this path. However, let's get into the download. So, and of course, reading the article would take you about 10 minutes. Watching this video will be about an hour. If you're interested in the article, the link is in the description. However, I'm going to elaborate and give other points that I did not give in the article. The cost of this video is $3.99, so you know you get a money back guarantee if none of this information pans out. So yeah, we're referencing the constellation of Pegasus. We're referencing the nakshatra of Markab and Sheet. We're also referencing the downloaded messages from Alexis K. Tyler in reference to King Von. We're also referencing the Occult History of Money, a video that me and Dark Serpent did together, right? We're also talking about Ishui and Baphomet. Now, I said a whole bunch of different things, but I want you to let y'all know we're talking about one thing. We're talking about Pegasus, we're talking about centaurs, and we're talking about Chicago, and we're talking about the Moors. And so Moors, centaurs, Chicago, Chiron, the same thing. The same thing. So we'll get into that as well. So okay, the moon presently, like right now as we have this conversation, and the thing about channels, they're only like a moment in time. It's not like, because after this channel it'll be another channel, after this download it'll be another download. It's like the system is constantly updating, it's constantly doing different things, purging, upgrading, you understand, updating, just always doing different things, but such is the matrix. So we're referencing the here and now, we're referencing the King Von transit, if you would, right? Because the moon is conjunct the nakshatra of Pegasus, okay? And Pegasus is a horse, but the nakshatra represents the body of the horse, and the body of the horse is likened to a square. Now, 5%ers, Moors, they represent standing on their square. Okay, and so that square, before they was unfolding them representing the squares, right? Because what you talking about is like I want to say Larry Hoover, but then we also talking about the other dude that was with Larry Hoover, which King Von named his one of his CDs grandson, right? Representing the grandson of, man, I can't think of the name right now, but it's really important. But just think of King Von grandson, who got ties to the Moors through Larry Hoover. They started a gang called the Devil's Disciples, right? And they changed into two factions. You had the Black Disciples and you had the Gangster Disciples. Now the Gangster Disciples were more of Larry Hoover's energy, and if I'm getting the names wrong, please forgive me. This ain't well researched. I'm just giving y'all kind of like a understanding of the Centaur energy or the Pegasus energy, and standing on your square is more of a cosmological term more than it is like some dude that just made it up and then all of his people know. When you stand on your square, you're actually standing on your vehicle that takes you higher, is more or less of standing on a saddle or sitting on a saddle. Now, when you sit on the saddle, you able to travel farther, right? And Pegasus represents the cosmological horse that allows us to tap into the cosmos. Okay, without even trying, without even thinking. However, we can be tricked into thinking that whatever the spell we are under is more important than our cosmological inheritance. So what I'm saying is very profound, and if you're not getting it, you might have to listen to it again, because you might be blocked from your left brain prison of, avoiding the streets, and if you avoid the streets, you are what we would be calling a square. Okay, the Moors, and we reference in Chicago because Chicago is Mecca. Okay, we're referencing Chirac, Chicago. Why do they keep that Chi there? Because that Chi is representing Chiron or Chiron, right? The Centaur energy. Now, Chicago was once known for horse racing. Okay? Of course, energies appear on Earth as humans, but Chicago, they are called savage. They a little bit more savage. They came out with drill music, a different type of music, and the difference between drill music is that they would rap and then actually kill, not because they were regular human beings, because they were centaurs. They were deeply connected to the cosmos and the Pegasus constellation. They were Baphometic. They were the devil's disciples. Okay? It was a lot of people not even in gangs talking about on phone them, and I'm smoking Tuka hell. The whole country was talking about these particular concepts and never even fully experiencing them or even knowing what they was talking about. However, they were able to turn their culture into a worldwide phenomenon. Lil Durk, he even references before it was OTF, he was calling himself a god. Because maybe people can understand these concepts. Now, these men, because they were born men, they were actually centaurs. They are actually warriors. They're actually descendants of Moors. You know, the gang leader is in jail right now for, you know, being affiliated or some degree referencing the Moorish Science Temple. So that whole gang energy is from the Moors. However, add the music, even before it was on phone them, it was, you know, the Mo's. What up, Mo? What up, Mo? That was a Chicago, short for Moors. Temple number 1 is in Chicago. So, of course, you think it's Assalamu alaikum and, you know, bean pies, and of course you expect us to be peaceful. However, we do have a warrior faction. We do have some warriors in our genetic gene pool, and those energies mostly reside in Chicago and the descendants of that. These are real live warriors, and if you tell them that you know, their enemy is, you know, people from 63rd, then that's what they gonna think. However, you gonna have to tell them somebody is something, because that energy is ancestral. It's always been like that. If you really want to get down to it, down to the Valentine's Day massacre and the Prohibition era, the early gang era, the Cabrini Green and tear down Cabrini Green, and now you come through with the drill music, and it was a never ending cycle, because the energy don't die. It just gets transferred. It only gets handed down and down and down. So we are then bringing to light Abraham Hicks, one of her false premises. If you want to get a list of all of the false premises, I urge you, don't run to Amazon, fly to Amazon, get The Vortex by Abraham Hicks. She lays out all of the false premises, but the idea that you need to listen to elders is a false premise, because an elder can be lied to and transfer that lie to you, to which we are the first generation that don't have to identify with what an elder tells us to do or simply honor our ancestors. We can simply honor our soul. And by default, it ain't like when we honor our soul, we want to smack our grandma or nothing like that. It's still love and peace for our family members. But when you know, you know. When you know you psychologically sound, you don't have to adhere to the bullshit on the media. You could tap into what your soul tells you to do. You don't feel the urge to listen. And mind you, I do listen to City Girls once a week. That new album is fire. You feel me? Like, I gotta, like, that flute out with Lil Baby, like, I will jam City Girls, you feel me? But I can only listen to it. I'll give it one run through, you feel me? And you know, it's a cheat day, you feel me? Keep me balanced, you feel me? I'm not the suburb mystic yet. I'm still the hood mystic, so I gotta get into certain vibrations to stay grounded. However, man, I had to heal. And you know, shout out to John Coltrane and the whole avant-garde crew for, you know, healing my brain and having me recenter and focus myself and allowing me to study. So if you able to look at this from a cosmological point of view, what I just laid out, I laid out a cosmological blueprint of Chicago, not historical, not Noble Drew Ali and Master Farad and Elijah Muhammad, because y'all relying on the ancestors and the elders too much. You ain't gonna get this from nowhere else but me. Y'all have to rely on your new study and the downloads from your soul. And wherever they lead you, let them lead you. But don't act as if what they said is law, because you have a bubbling spirit. You have a truth that's here to awaken. Maybe not the people in front of you, but the people coming after you. Maybe. But this energy of Pegasus, this energy of able to channel and download and carry you far, is not like you being over here, being over there. Well, this person said that person, this person said that, and that person said this. This is a simple thing of standing on your square, a simple thing of sitting on your saddle and just relaxing in the energy of who you are. The problem with energies like King Von and Lil Jojo, they were trying to live up to what the elders wanted them to live up to. And another thing is that they were putting on the clothes that had different energies attached to them. They pay like $2,000, and you will be like, well, why would they pay that much for a shirt? Because that's how much the spirit costs. And see, y'all don't even know how it works. See, if you ain't never really bought a designer shirt and went out in a designer shirt, y'all don't know how easy it is to get some pussy. You feel me? And not to be graphic or nothing like that, but it is super easy, like to shop and to wear clothes and then to go out. I mean, it's probably ain't like that now in 2020. I mean, probably easier because you could like buy the stuff. Like you could get a whole wardrobe for a week and then return it, buy some more stuff, you know. Never spend real money, just have a nice return cycle and just be stuck on social media. I thought about it. I ain't never done it, but I did think about it. But anyways, it's super easy to what children do is that they buy these children, throw on these entities, walk around, and whatever happens to them, they get that in return, whether it's jail or guns and things of that nature. But if you stand on your square, if you sit down on the saddle, if you relax on your vehicle, you will be taken to where you need to be taken to. This is, as human beings, tapping into our centaur nature, sitting on our Pegasus. And this is the moon conjunct the Hindu nakshatra of Purva Bhadrapada. One would say, how do I navigate in these times? It's like, well, how do you ride a horse? You gotta sit down and relax. You gotta stand on that square. You don't gotta do this and do that and do this and do that, because the second part of the conjunction is sheet, SHEAT. So it's Merkab, which is the saddle, and sheet is the actual logic, intellect, and creativity that comes from standing on your square. So another way is not having really much to prove this week, really sitting and learning something, because that logic and intelligence, it comes from a point of meditation. It really comes from a point of reflection, and you're not going to manifest the menu. You're going to manifest how to cook, but are you ready for that? Are you ready to learn how to cook? Or are you just happy to just keep getting the menu? Keep getting the menu, keep getting the menu, keep getting the menu, keep getting the menu, keep getting the menu. Money is the menu. the knowledge of how to create and put your own menu out, Ashe. That's the knowledge that this week presents. So, one more thing. Pegasus syndrome. This is talking about the music industry and how they've been using our children, and this is probably the first workaround in this. There'll be many different workarounds, and there's a major reversal taking place. Like the Great Reset is very horrible for people who have been taking advantage of people for the past, let's just say the past 100 years, give or take, since 1933, about 90 years. Because after 1933, that's the real reconstruction, but I digress. So we're talking about popular music, and we're talking about the Pegasus. Now, popular music is a contract. This is the other energy where we talked about Mithras, where they'll give these children a contract at like 18, 19, 20, way too young for them to make a conscious decision. However, they sign it. But why are they doing this? Is it to exploit them? Is it to point? No, they're doing this because they want to ride to the cosmos. They want to use this child as a vehicle for ascension. So these corporations such as like Universal and Sony and BMG, they done this for so long, and they still haven't reached their goals. Meaning that they still giving out shitty contracts. They still exploiting people. They still in survival mode, right? Because they still are nowhere close than they were 100 years ago. Because the mythology of Pegasus is that the Pegasus is the only energy that makes it to Olympus. Meaning that your soul, your vehicle, is the only thing that makes it to the afterlife. And the ego, no matter how crafty it is, no matter how of a smart situation it has planned out, it will never accomplish that energy, which is the supreme. Why? Because the supreme lives within us, to which this is now the time for us to channel and tune in to that supreme being within us and stop being used as a vehicle to reach the cosmos. Now, we could be trying to utilize our soul for personal reasons and personal gains. I see a lot of people do things with their soul as if they're manipulating their soul to realize a dream, as if the soul isn't like a updated organic specimen that moves with the times. It doesn't go align with your glamour and your expectations or your needs or your wants. It goes how it wants to go. Now we're referencing a horse. A horse with enough sense can easily run you over. Ain't nothing you can do with a horse with enough sense. Now you referencing a Pegasus. Now this horse can run you over and fly over you, to which you don't stand a chance if you really sit and think about it. So it really requires you to be humble and peaceful and loving towards human beings, because the energy that you give, the seeds that you plant, they will definitely birth and grow into something substantial. Now, if you are planting thorn bushes and, weeds and things of that nature, then you'll get that in return. However, if you are just simply trying to understand yourself, and another thing that we have to understand, you have to first and foremost stop feeling sorry for yourself. Before you get into any meditation or you imagine that you ever going to change your life or tap into some godhood, you then can't feel sorry for yourself because you made mistakes or you've been hurt in the past. You have to simply stop feeling sorry for yourself and tap into your healing modality. And then understand that it's not about you helping people all the fucking time. That's not going to save you either. You need to learn to really listen to yourself. But it's going to be hard to do that if you feel sorry for yourself, because you'll constantly second guess yourself, because you'll always be thinking that this negative place, perceived negative place that you're in, is a result of your mistakes. And now you have guilt, shame, and fear, which is a center of religion, centered in what you should or shouldn't do, and if you're not living up to particular standards. And now the standard that they want, the irony, right, the standard that they want you to live up to is that of a slave, that of a Pegasus, that of a vehicle for them to get to the cosmos. However, they cannot get there. Only the ones who have a soul can get there. Only the centaur, to which a lot of our young energies, our young men, our young women don't realize their centaurianship until the afterlife. We can be a horse and a man. We can be the soul and a man, and we are the first to be able to do this. Now, it takes some psychological tuning, and psychological means the study of the soul, and the study of the soul is meditation. Now, meditation can also be channeling, it can also be researching, it can also be automatic writing, it could be having a conversation, it could be going to the library, taking a walk in the park. Anything that requires you to leave your ego at the door and tap into realms unknown and obscene and abstract, and being strong enough to bring that back, well, that is your vehicle. Writing poetry, now what we don't do is go to these grids and tap into the electromagnetic frequencies. We leave that to other energies. However, part of my legacy is to spread that to you, because you are electrical, you are powerful, you are beneficial. However, you have to tap into spaces. I can't stress enough the power of space and time, because space and time can do a lot of the work for you, believe it or not. Being at the right place at the right time, and you would have to do your research. You would have to do research on ley lines, or even as much as if your city got a city hall or a town hall. These are strategically placed in particular energetic grids, and the interesting thing is that these places are open to the public. These places have to be open to the public, for which if they were closed off to the public, that would mean that you would be cut off from your ancestors. However, we are just simply blinded through the music, through the glamour, through the elders and their false information, and limited information and subjugated information, and in attempts to block us from being whole. Because there's two things: we are either seeking healing or we are healed. And if we are healed, then our job is to heal others, because that's the vibes. However, the spell is lifting up, the curse is reversing, and now we don't have to sign these contracts and do these deals and be like, what, you gonna give us money, you gonna give us a house? I can do that by myself. I can do that with my family. You can't offer me nothing that I can't do myself. Because I'm tapped into my own Baphomet. I'm tapped into my own Ishu. I'm tapped into my own Olokun. I'm tapped into my own wealth. I don't need your menu. You could give me all of the menus. I know how to cook, and I love my own cooking. Okay? And another part of this is not being arrogant and boastful and braggadocious and like, oh, since I got all of these menus, I'm the shit. Really disappointed in that. Once they transitioned, because they really didn't know. They really didn't understand until they transitioned. And that's why the downloads and the channels is very important, because you should know this before you die. You should know that you are a reincarnated energy that is being used and that is being manipulated to reach heights that you're going to go, but people just want to go where you go. And you're kind of confused on if you should join with this person, join with that person, when the reality is you simply just need to stand on your square. So today we're referencing Mercury tribal conjunct the Neptune energy, and that's centered in truth. Aquarius moons is very much verbal, mental, very tuned into the throat chakra, our ability to listen, our ability to speak, and who we're listening to is very important. And taking the time to have the conversations and speak from the heart. And it's very easy to be attempted to be manipulated, but if you tuned into your source, it's very easy to avoid those manipulative situations. It's very right place, right time, because you listen to yourself. And you're going to see a lot of weird stuff. You're going to have a lot of weird manifestations and things come into your life because you are really tied into your word is your bond. And your bond is your word, and the word is God. So be very mindful about the things that you're saying. Be very truthful about the things that you're saying, but truth does not come from the ego. Truth comes from the soul. So take a moment or two to reflect on the perfect, sublime part of you before you have a panic attack, before you have an asthma attack, before you have a snack attack, before you do the hammer dance, before you just, you know what I'm saying, go through whatever you going through. You start and reflect on the source. You reflect on the truth of your existence, of consciousness. Your ability to listen to this part of you is make or break. And it's a lot of energies, a lot of children who have no idea how easy it is to listen to the music and be off in the deep end and be completely unaware of their source. But everything is everything. We're referencing Chiron. We're referencing the wounded healer. Now King Von and his father Silk and his grandfather can't. The name escapes me, and now I gotta just go ahead because. How y'all doing? King David Barksdale. Okay, so David Barksdale, the leader of the Devil's Disciple. David Barksdale was killed outside a bar. King Von was killed outside of a bar. They were both, even his father was killed by a gun. So you have three generations. Hypothetically, theoretically, I didn't do any DNA tests, so don't quote me. I'm just really pulling off a channel and putting source together and syncretizing my information. So you have three generations of men who have been wounded. Okay? Wounded. However, they are healers. Now, I'm going to read this about centaurs and Chiron and get more into the warriors of Chicago, or the Moorish knights, warriors of Chicago. But Chiron, in Greek mythology, one of the centaurs, the son of the Titan Cronus or Saturn. Tap into my last week video. Truth is always stranger than fiction. I say that all the time. And Philyra, an Oceanid or a sea nymph. Chiron lived at the foot of Mount Pelion in Thessaly. Unlike other centaurs who are violent and savage. Okay, centaurs who are violent or savage. If you do a hip-hop wiki search of savage, you will find that is a name from Chicago drill music. They like to call themselves savages. It's a term of honor. It's like, to you on the outside looking in, it's like, look at these savages. But to them, it's like, that is a savage. He is my friend. I need to be more like him. But the Chiron, unlike other centaurs, the Chiron were famous for his wisdom and knowledge of medicine. So he has that aspect of it in him. He can be that. However, they were really known for their wisdom and knowledge of medicine. Now, wisdom is another tie-in for Baphomet, which is another thing for the father of wisdom. And if you do the Atbash cipher for Baphomet, you get Sophia. Sophia is then a synonym of wisdom. So what you're really dealing with is the actual incarnation of the God of wisdom. Now, I know you look at this young boy, he's not even young, he's 26. So 26, 2 plus 6 is 8. The 8-sided cube of Saturn. Okay, he transitioned, he was wounded, but he's actually a healer now. He's from Chirac. Chirac is the same as saying Chiron. But Chiron frequently appears in the legends of his grandson. Now, King Von got a whole tagline, grandson for president. He got a CD called Grandson, right? And his great-grandson, Achilles, which represents the baby that King Von is holding in his hand. Or maybe King Von is Achilles. Either way, Achilles was pierced and killed the same fashion. So I know y'all look at these Greek things and y'all think it's white people, but when you look at the actual factual and you ever been to Greece, you be like, dang, they look like my cousin in them. Accidentally pierced by poison. He was accidentally pierced by a poison arrow shot by Heracles. He renounced his immortality in favor of Prometheus. Now, Prometheus was the same dude that killed his mama, Medusa. It was placed among the stars in the constellation of Centaurus, but he was also named after an asteroid, Chiron. So you got all of these energies off into the cosmos, but they reincarnating on this earth, and there is no connection, there is no bridge. If they listen to this, they can put two and two together, but I know, like, me saying it ain't enough. It's going to be more push. It's going to be more energy, and I don't even care if people steal it. I need these young men to know it ain't about shooting each other. Y'all actually the gods of wisdom. Y'all actually the healers. Yeah, y'all got that warrior side, and we real proud of that warrior side. We thankful that y'all warriors the way that y'all are warriors. Y'all prove to the world that y'all warriors unlike other. But y'all also have a voice. Y'all also have an ability to connect to young minds. Now, y'all can destroy these young minds and tell them to kill each other, or y'all can tell them to build up their communities, or I don't know, whatever. I don't know what y'all soul tell y'all the messages to bring forth, but I know they going to be divine and sublime, and I know y'all tired of killing each other, and I know y'all tired of shooting arrows back and forth. Y'all been doing that for the past 5,000 years. 5,000 years y'all just been warring for no reason, because y'all been listening to your fathers. Time to stop listening to your elders. Listen to me. Put the guns down. You know, and I'm not saying that it's going to happen overnight, but it's going to happen. Our young men need to see that they are gods. And no matter how many times y'all shoot them guns, no matter how many bodies y'all get, y'all not killing nothing. We immortal. It's like playing a video game. So let's play a different game now. Let's play an RPG or something like that. You feel me? Like, we don't gotta keep playing the fight and war games, because the music suggests us to do that. Now, this ain't nothing from me. This is King Von's messaging. And King Von is Chiron. And if y'all want to argue with me and think that I'm crazy, this video is free 99. You can unsubscribe from my channel. Forget I ever existed. I'm just telling you what it is. The wounded healer had to get wounded first. And he had to connect the generations. Like, it wouldn't just be one person that got wounded. It had to be a generational wound. It had to be extreme trauma. Because when we reference Saturn, what triggers the psychic effect of Saturn is pain. It sucks. But it can change. Because the point of my messaging, when I'm invited to Chicago, or when I'm invited to these war zones, I'm going to let people know it's about wholeness. It's about completion. First thing you say is I'm black. Well, that's not wholeness. That is subjugated thinking. Second thing you say, I'm a man. Well, that's not wholeness. You are a soul. You are an incarnated being with a purpose. And life isn't cheap. Life is valuable. And if we treat life, if it's valuable, then we will then create the value of your existence. See, there is no escape of the matrix. If there was, I wouldn't be having this channel or this download or coming with consistent information in relation and being led down a path even to this day, for which is not a dark tunnel, but I don't know where the hell I'm going. I see everything around me, and it's making sense. But man, oh man, the truth is stranger than fiction. I always knew I would be a type of person in a homeless shelter talking about how I'm gonna change the world one day. And people would be looking at me like, well, you homeless, so how would you project that far? And it was just like, well, it's just something in me that just knows that this ain't the end for me. To this moment, I know that it's still more work to be done. It's still more healing to take place. But a lot of times, those wounds have to be opened for the healing to commence. Because if we don't even have a wound, we don't even know that we can heal ourselves. So another thing, you don't have to get shot to tap into Chiron. You can understand that wounds are signified by loss, disappointment, sadness, depression, rejection, losing things, having a relationship end, all of those things. And fixating on any of these things equates to suffering. But we suffer because we feel as though loss, disappointment, sadness, etc. isn't supposed to happen to us. But the fact of humanity is the fact of receiving these wounds. But the fact of our cosmological inheritance is the fact that we can heal those wounds. You get both. You don't get one without the other. So if you've been hurt, great. If you're in pain, awesome. If you're disappointed today, excellent. Because I challenge you to heal yourself now. Demand, declare, proclaim that you are healed. Speak healing, live healing, dream healing, breathe healing. Identify every wound, identify every pain, and state that you can heal that, because you can. Because if you weren't wounded, if you weren't never wounded, you would have never knew you could heal. So any wound comes with a healing. Every problem comes with a solution. And this is one more step to wholeness. We are on a path to wholeness as a collective. And if y'all don't get it, somebody gonna listen to this and get it. And if they gotta steal it and say they created it, I don't care. I need everybody to be psychologically sound. I need everybody with the soul to honor their soul and recognize their soul, because Chiron is in Pisces. This is the absorption point. This is the chill zone. This is the realization point of the wounded healer. We all have wounds. We can all heal those wounds. If you harping on those wounds, if you feeling sorry for yourself, no past go. Go back to jail. Okay? Because you're creating those wounds as we speak. Nobody cares. You want sympathy when I want healing. Sympathy is not healing. Sympathy is just picking at the scab, having somebody feel sorry for you. I mean, the mere fact that you down on earth, right? And you can cut your little arm or something with like a little razor or something, and almost instantly your skin start producing DNA to heal that joint. To the point that if it don't heal, you got a real life problem. So many things that happen. You could drink. It's so many things that you could do to heal yourself that I don't even think people even realize or even understand how powerful they are unto themselves. or how destructive they are unto themselves when they have those breakdowns and they're worried and they're having anxiety and they're trying to make this person happy and prove something to that person. No, you have wounds, sis. You have wounds, bro. And if you in a relationship right now and your partner not honoring your wounds, that person's not honoring your healing. And vice versa. And vice versa. So as far as the moon, we're finishing this thing up, getting ready for some Aries type energy with this full moon, and I know y'all been planning and preparing and setting your intentions and really trying to finish this energy strong. I'm gonna offer you guys the modality of poetry, especially when you're doing spell work and intention work and you're trying to manifest. Create a poem and recite that poem as much as you can. And say, for instance, you get tired of saying that poem, then you really don't really intend for what you're wanting. It's a real cool tip. It's a real cool trick. And speaking of tricks, be sure to get your money intentions together. And when we reference money intentions, if you want to make $2,000 a month, you'll make that. But say, for instance, you want to make $10,000 a month, it's really time to do that. It's really time. I know we say set intentions during the new moon, but trust me, you want to keep that intention ball rolling, because say, for instance, you manifested something between the new moon and now. That's not the end for you. You want to keep this thing going, okay? Because you're referencing something that's perfect, where you're referencing menstrual energy, moon energy, setting intentions, really doing these rituals, really doing this magic. It should really work. Like, you should have something in nature that's like a pet to you, that you go and observe and feed it and pet it and spend time with it, like weekly or daily or monthly. You need these things because these things allow you to connect to nature the same way you breathe and eat, and the rewards are the abundance that nature has, and that abundance is not the menu, okay? It's going to be the meals. It's going to be the food that you're able to cook from the knowledge of the soul. So really use this time. We got 11th house and 12th house to reach out to people, help out people, but also self-realize how powerful you are. If you cannot realize this during this week, then you have a whole nother cycle to come to that conclusion. But you may be waiting or wishing or hoping for somebody to save you or help you, and your soul's like, tag me in, coach, put me in, coach, I'm ready to play, I'm ready to get it on, you know what I'm saying? I can do it, you know? So, you know, but in listening and tuning, you also should be doing things. And maybe you don't get into rituals or spells or nothing like that. At the very least, do research, buy books, you know, and when you get those books, study those books until you know everything that book is talking about. Take notes, do a book report. Like I said in previous videos, start a YouTube page where you breaking down books and give me the subscriber link so I can subscribe. I got finite amount of time, but it's information that I just be wanting to learn. And you know, y'all know there's some books out there y'all can cover and things like that. Like, spread the knowledge, man, and if ain't nobody gonna pay attention to it, I will, okay? And yeah, finally, man, I really want you guys to join me at The Hood Mystic on Instagram. That's the Instagram page. I'm doing some cool things over there, and I'm going to continue to do a lot of cool things. We've been having a lot of chats on Instagram. Me and my wife are like a real vibe. Like, I love kind of just talking with her, bouncing ideas off, and we gonna be just driving and talking and smoking and answering questions and things like that. So follow me over on Instagram. And another thing that I have is you will be able to see these quotes to the side of me over there. You'll see those quotes a lot more clearer. I do that every week, and I think I'm gonna continue with this process every week, just looking at things, and then I'll be back probably this Thursday or Friday with a full moon video. And another thing, I want to come back with the guys to talk about the class that'll be taking place on Saturday. Yes, man, it's about alignment, and your alignment is your understanding of the cosmos and putting yourself in that perfect place. So if you're interested in a reading, I am still giving away readings for $25. Don't run there, because I swear if it get too busy, I'm pushing it back up to $50, but right now they still $25. So if you interested in getting a reading, those been going really well. I'm just trying to provide alignment, you know what I'm saying? I feel like $25 is fair. You know, it's not going to be in depth as a full reading, but I ain't going to just like cheap you. It's not like I'm gonna just be reading something off of paper. I'm gonna give you a real reading. It's going to be a real recording. You can listen to it as many times as you want to for $25. That's at Colombian Exchange, and I'm really trying to help you be aligned, because you could be convenient, but you also inconvenience, because that convenient situation is not bringing you soul travel and soul realization, and is not giving you the intellect and the logic and the wisdom of the sublime and profound. And that's the object with me and all of my readings. I'm simply trying to bring you into alignment with your soul, because I've seen it. I've been in this game for a while now. I've been dealing with real people, doing real things out here, making real money, and all I can say is, bruh, keep aligning with your soul, Nikos. You feel me? Keep aligning with your soul, King. You feel me? Keep aligning with your soul, Ariana. Keep aligning with your soul, Shakira. You know what I'm saying? Keep aligning with your soul, Prime. Keep, you know what I'm saying? Real people, keep aligning with your soul, Jabri. Don't listen to me, listen to your soul. And that's the message that I bring forth to y'all, man. Listen to this again, because it might seem like I was all over the place. A good thing to do is read this article, tap into this article, and then from there listen to this video again. A lot of downloads in it, made a lot more sense. And I guess if you get into the article, there'll be more in-depth information in the article. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. Tap in with Mama Mystic and the children, and you know, peace and love to the family. Like I said, I really do love y'all, and I really do appreciate y'all for tapping in, because these lives and these moments is not being taken for granted from me, and all of the support we get from our business, we really do thank you from me and Mama Mystic and the children. Y'all help us out tremendously, and if we don't say thank you every time we get on these platforms, we doing ourselves and y'all a huge disservice. So once again, thank you guys for all of the support, and if you need us, y'all know where to hit us up at. Find us colombianexchange.com, hoodmystic.com, hoodmystic@gmail.com, and you know, Instagram, the Hood Mystic, Mama_Mystic 911 for her Instagram. And yeah, I'm about to go but get back to work. So peace to y'all. Hope y'all have a wonderful evening. Tap in.